Hi guys, welcome to Cumbrian Led Outdoors and welcome to today's video. And a welcome to sunny Cumbria. Yeah, the weather has been pretty savage of late. We've had some very high winds, heavy rain, we've had snowfall. In fact, it was snowing as I passed through Penrith on my way here. But the weather conditions are as such where I feel confident to go out and try my new tent for the first time, which is the Tarptent Scarp one, so I'm really looking forward to that. It is a little bit breezy. As you all know, I am having some issues with the Rode Wireless Go 2, but I've ordered a new cable which should hopefully resolve the issues and we should be good to go soon. So fingers crossed you can hear me alright, and like I say, hopefully those issues will be sorted soon. So we're up out near Mungrisdale, a village called Bowscale, and we're heading up to Bowscale Tarn to Wildcamp the night. Place I have been before on the channel, but for some reason that video has vanished. We only did a walk up here for a cup of coffee and a quick look around, probably be over a year ago now. So I decided that would be the perfect place to try out the Scarp one for the first time. So we'll crack on and hopefully I'll be able to show you some scenery along the way. Yeah, it's still very wet from all the rainfall that we've had, but it is just spitting at the minute, so we're good to go for now at least. Some beautiful colours on the other side of the mountains and the opposite side to the path. Beautiful racer groups, coppers. It's up towards the slate mine, the lead mine, sorry. I've camped before. And we've got a bit of snow. Oh yeah. Right, we're nearly at the tarn now. As you can hear, the wind is blowing, and as you can see over my shoulder there, we are starting to get up into that snow layer. You can hear I'm breathing quite heavy because the wind's been in my face all the way up, so it's been pushing us back down the hill. But yeah, the wind's not so bad here, so I just took the time to speak to the camera and let you guys know where we are. So I'll give you a quick look around and then we'll get up to the tarn. Windy and snowy. Oh, wow, that wind is strong. Wow, that wind has really picked up easily, coming up that last little hill there towards 40-45 miles an hour, I reckon, easily. I was hoping to do a bit of a review and a first impressions of the Scarp one, but I don't think tonight's conditions are going to allow it. It's the first time I've put it up, so it's going to be a bit of a fight in this wind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go look for an appropriate pitch, get the tent set up, get inside, get out of this wind and snow, and then we'll have a bit of a crack. Wow, that weather changed rapid. By the time I found myself a pitch, the gusts were getting stronger and stronger. It was snowing hard. I had frozen snow to my back, I had frozen snow to my rucksack, so I got the Scarp one up as quick as I could. A little bit fiddly as it was my first pitch, but now I've got it up, it's absolutely rock solid. Glad to get out of that wind. Absolutely bitterly cold. I don't plan on going out the tent unless it backs off a wee bit, but hopefully it does, and I'll be able to get you some more footage and photos from outside. But initial impressions of the Scarp one is pretty good. it's a palace in here. I mean, I'm not even, well, let me get right smack in the middle. I've got room above my head. Not that I'm unhappy with the Fox 2, you guys know me, I love my little Fox 2, but it just wouldn't have cut the mustard up here today. So yeah, I've had to get me climate insulated static V blown up and sat on because the ground is freezing. I've pitched on top of snow. So yeah, I'm just going to do a bit more housekeeping, get the tent set up, and then we'll maybe think about getting some food on and having a drink. Right, that's me fully set up. As you can see, I've got the Leviathan EV900 sleeping bag on top of the climate insulated static V and my pillar, and I've got my down jacket wrapped around my toes just to warm them up a bit. I must admit it was getting quite cold when I was setting up and I needed to get inside the tent, so yeah, now I'm inside and I'm warmed up. It's all good, it's all good. We've got some dehydrated meals for tea tonight. I'll run through them in a minute. I've got some beers, so at the minute I'm just sitting here chilling. So yeah, the Tarptent Scarp 1, so far I'm loving it. It's like a palace in here. As you can see, I've just gone for the normal mesh. I haven't gone for the winter inside. That might have been a bit of an error on my part, although it is handling things tonight fine. Yeah, I've been looking for another 4-season tent for probably about a year now. I'm not one of those people that rushes in and just buys all the new kit when it comes out, and I don't necessarily buy the most expensive kit all the time. You know, I'm still using my OEX solar cook set, for example. 20 quid. I just don't see the value in stepping up to a jet boil or anything like that. But obviously you guys know I've got the Gear Top Navigator 2 Plus. Didn't really need to change it. Fantastic winter tent, 8000mm hydrostatic head, snow skirt, semi-geodesic. But two reasons why I've been looking for a new tent for the winter. One, the inside of the Navigator 2 Plus is really tight for me at 6'3". Anything less than that is fine, but for me it's just a little cramped lengthways, and also with it being a front entry tent and me being so tall, I do struggle to get in and out, so I prefer the side entry tent like my Fox. So yeah, I've been looking for about a year now, and I've been considering the Tarptent Scarp 1 for probably most of that, even before Mr. Messner himself got one, but I didn't want to rush into it. You know, it's a lot of money. Some things are worth saving the pennies for, and I believe this is going to be one of them. Like I say, I was hoping to give you a look at me setting it up and a bit more of a review of it, but the conditions tonight just won't let me do that. So we'll definitely do that at another time. Yeah, I took the option of getting it seam sealed from the factory. I think that cost me $35. Again, two reasons. One, I just couldn't be arsed, to be honest, and two, I'd have made a dog's arse of it. So it was worth the money for me to get it done in the factory. And also I went for the Tyvek ground sheet. Now I'm a little bit disappointed in that. From what I understand, Tyvek's used to cover timbers and bricks and stuff outside over in America, and it is just a cut-out shape. There's no like neat edges to it or anything like that, which I can handle. But the thing that disappoints me is there's nowhere to peg it down. So when you come out on a night like this, you can't peg your ground sheet down, so you can't use the damn thing. So that's something, if Tarptent are watching, you need to sort that out. You need to get some grommets put in so we can peg the Tyvek ground sheet down. Also, it doesn't come with any guy lines that come off of the main hoop in the middle. Luckily I knew that, and I brought some paracord with me tonight just to get us going for tonight. But you're paying this kind of money for a tent, you need to be giving it proper guy lines all the way around, man. Come on, that's a bit really for me. You know, like I say, I'll run through the specs and the prices and everything at a later date. But you know, you're talking up, including postage, you're knocking on for 600-ish quid, thereabouts, and they couldn't even be asked to put some guy lines in properly for all the way around. Doesn't cut the mustard with me. And don't get me wrong, these are just minor gripes really so far. You know, I managed to put the thing up in howling wind and snow on my first go, so it's all good. These are minor gripes, but you need to be putting guy lines in, man. It's a bit tight if you're asking me. But yeah, like I say, I'm laid down, there's plenty of room in here. I'm a good half a foot off the bottom, and I'm a good half a foot to a foot off the top of my head. I can more than sit up and have plenty of room. Yeah, and I did take the option of purchasing the cross poles as well for conditions such as this, for snow loading and heavy winds. So for my first use and my first go, I'm pretty chuffed with it, to be honest. There's not much of a draft getting in, even with just this summer fly sheet. So yeah, I'm just hoping this weather backs off. Like I say, listen to that. I just hope it backs off and I can get outside and get some more photos and footage for you. Otherwise, you'll just be listening to me prattle on all night. So yeah, enough prattling for now. So I'm gonna go and grab a beer and think about getting some food on. So yeah, the wind has died down just a wee bit. So I've come outside just to take a bathroom break and just to give you a look around the Scarp one. You can see the cross poles there, the guy lines that I've added on off the main hoop. I haven't opened up any ventilation or anything like that, but as you can see in the wind, it isn't budging at all. Nice and sturdy. Really happy with it. Like I say, it's like a palace inside. It really is, plenty of room. So far, definitely worth the money. Definitely worth saving the pennies for. So that wind is really cold. So I'm going to head back in the tent and get some food on. Wow, it is freezing out there with that wind chill. Wind chill must be easily -8, easily. Actual temperatures probably around about -3, something like that. So yeah, that's me back in the tent, and we've got the fire pot, vegan orzo bolognese, probably one of my favourites, that. So I'm just gonna warm my hands up on that while it dehydrates, and then I'm gonna eat that, and then I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty tired and it's cold, so I'm gonna get my head down. So unless anything else happens, I shall see you guys in the morning. Morning everyone. I'm not gonna lie, that's probably one of the worst nights sleep I've ever had camping. The wind's been coming and going all night and it's been cold. The first time that I've really felt myself losing body heat through the climate insulated static V. So I've literally been awake every 45 minutes, an hour. I look at the bags under these eyes. Wow, why do we do this? Because we love it, that's why. So it's about 20 to 5 in the morning. I ain't getting back to sleep. I'm always up early, as you know, so I'm going to start packing away. About a 40-45 minute walk back to the car. So I'm going to get myself home and get myself showered and probably jump into bed, to be fair, for a couple of hours, see if I can get my head down. So yeah, I'll get tidied away and I'll bring you back. Right guys, that's me all packed up. As you can see, that's where the tent was. I've got my rucksack packed up and my rubbish bag next to it. So as always, I've left no trace. So yeah, it's about 20 to 6. As you can see, it's still pitch dark. The wind has calmed down, but it's still very cold, and we are starting to get a little bit of snow. So I'm going to head back to the car and get warmed up, and I'll sign the video off from there when I'm a bit warmer. Right, that's me back at the car, all nice and warmed up. Yeah, that first third half of the descent there was quite treacherous. Despite it not being a very difficult walk, it was covered in snow, very slippy, and the wind was blowing the snow in front of my face, so my head torch was just lighting it up, so visibility was terrible. But yeah, back down safe and sound. A bit tired, but a very enjoyable and testing camp, to be fair. Like I say, the Scarp one performed well, and I'm looking forward to showing you that in a bit more detail in the coming weeks. And also a little bit surprised that for the first time I felt cold, proper cold, coming through the climate insulated static V sleeping mat. The only thing I can put that down to is the combination of wind chill and actually lying on top of snow, because I've actually been out in much colder with that. I think it was Castle Crag with Chris from The Height of Life and Mooster and Steve from Delicate Sounds of Camping. We had a good -8, even colder then, and I was toasty warm. So yeah, you've got to notch it all up to experience, haven't you? It just goes to show you, despite packing what you think's the right gear, the weather conditions can change and become worse than you expect. So yeah, you've got to be ready to adapt. I couldn't get as much filming done as I wanted, but it was certainly not a survival situation, but it could have possibly turned into that. So yeah, I enjoyed that one. Ready to go home for a shower, get the fire on, and maybe hop into bed for a couple of hours. So I hope you've enjoyed this one as much as I have. So once again, until next time, stay safe. Much love from a Cumbrian lad.